The 7 keys to win for sure. In this video, I'm going to tell you about how to become more powerful right now and how to have a strong enough why that will help you go through any how or any what to make sure you succeed and don't give up, and how to develop pattern recognition and have a sixth sense. This video is going to allow you to really win and win the right way, to not regret anything later, and make sure you succeed as fast as possible while making sure that you succeed. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ivaldi, Sako, and you might be wondering, who is this guy? Why should I listen to you? I'm Ivaldi Sako. I went from being a broke personal trainer from an immigrant family in France, a poor immigrant family in France, to working now with millionaires around the world and building up my own business to soon 7 figures. And on this podcast, I condense what I learn every week on my journey to becoming more successful, on my journey to growing as a human being. I document it here, and I tell you everything that I learned in one condensed episode in which you get a lot of value and in which you can learn and change your behavior and actually change your life because of this. And I talk mostly about business, mindset, self-improvement, things that I learn myself, that I improve myself on, and I tell you about it here, right? Sometimes I read books, I tell you about it here. So if any of this interests you and you want to win big, welcome, subscribe, because you're going to get a lot of value from this show. So let's get into it. And by the way, I mentioned that you can take, I don't know if I mentioned, if you can take notes, right? Quick notes, and make yourself a to-do list based on what you hear right now. Ask yourself, how can I apply this in my life? In this way, it's going to be a magical learning experience. This is what I call these episodes. Magical learning experience, because if you take notes and apply what you learn, it's actually going to change your life. If you don't change your behavior based on what you listen here, it's not going to do much for you, right? You need to change your behavior, and to do this, you need to apply it. And to apply it, you need to remember to apply it, and to remember to apply it, you need to take notes. Quick notes. It's really quick on your phone, on a piece of paper. Of course, if you're driving, you don't do this, but remember to do this later. What have you learned? And ask yourself, how can I use this in my life, right? Maybe some things apply to you more specifically, right? And you have some ideas that come into your mind when I speak. Write it down. So it's actually going to be extremely useful to you. So let's, first of all, before I give you the 7 keys, define exactly what winning is for you. Because it might not be the same thing that it is for me. It might not be the same thing that it is for a lot of people. You have your unique way of seeing success. Or at least you should have your unique way. Sometimes we think we want things just because we have seen a lot of this. But if you really imagine yourself in this position, sometimes you might be, because the worst thing you could do is actually climb the wrong ladder to success, right? You just climbing a mountain, and then you climbed this mountain, you suffered a lot, you went through a lot of issues and problems, and then you realize your success is not what you wanted. This success, this mountain, this is not the thing that you wanted. This is not the life that you wanted. And this is the worst thing you could do, because then you realize at the top of the mountain, you see another mountain. This is the one. This is the one I wanted, right? So define clearly what you want for your life, right? For your life, what success looks like for me. For example, a guy that is, you could ask yourself this question. If I had these 2 options, which one should I choose, right? So I have a pretty good job, making $100,000 a year. Pretty good job. I have my weekends. I don't work that much. I have a cool life, right? I'm making $100,000 a year. And then, and the other option is you make $100,000 a year, but you don't have a job. You work for yourself as a restaurant owner, but you don't have the weekends. You don't have much time. You're working 12 hours a day. You're grinding hard, and you make the same money, don't have the free time. Which one should you choose? Which one looks like more success to you? Then you can find if you value more being your own boss, or you value more your free time, right? So ask yourself these kind of questions to see, okay, what direction do I like more, right? For me, I like a lot more. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to have, like, if you want to be your own boss, you have to work 12 hours a day. But if you were to not have the free time, you'd rather still be your own boss. This means that you value being independent a lot more and being your own boss a lot more than having just the weekends off, right? And having the free time. So now, if you have a clear picture of what you want in life, what winning looks like for you, this is the best way to go by it. Now, whether you choose the right thing or not, these things are going to help you achieve it, right? So just make sure you achieve the right thing, right? So, first key, do you want it bad enough, right? This is the first thing. If you really want it bad enough, most of the things are going to flow naturally to you. But if you don't want it bad enough, it's going to be hard, right? And to want it bad enough, you need to have a strong enough why, a strong enough reason why you want to succeed. And make yourself a list of reasons. Now, this is the best thing you could do right now after this podcast is listing reasons why you want to succeed, why you want to win. Jim Rohn calls this his list like reasons for doing well, right? A list of reasons for doing well. Make your list. Why do you want to succeed? Because I want this house, because I want this life, because I want to provide for my family, because I want to free my family, because I want to be the one and like that changes the generations after me in my family. I'm the first millionaire in my family. This, like, all these reasons, you list them. Because I want to travel the world, because I want to be totally free, because I want to do this big project that requires a lot of money, right? Because I want to build this immense restaurant and build this amazing thing, this amazing experience. I would love that, right? Lists all the reasons why you want to do something, right? You want to win? Why? Now, the strongest reason why, the stronger your reason why, the more likely you are to succeed, because the more pain you are going to be willing to go through. And you're not going to give up because you're going to be reminded of this big reason why. And the strongest reason why, always for us human beings, like the strongest are your dreams, right? The thing that you want so much, right? And other people, right? Sometimes we would do things for other people that we wouldn't do for ourselves. So ask yourself, okay, who am I doing this for? Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's your wife. Maybe it's your future wife, your future kids, right? Maybe it's to prove this person that believed in you when you were a kid, right? This person that you saw something in you, right? And they saw that you were going to be someone, right? To prove this person right, or to prove other people wrong, right? These people that doubted you, these people that discouraged you. Who are you doing this for? And also, what are you doing this for? What life you want? And you can have positive reasons why and negative reasons why. I really think you should, it's best to, leverage both. Often, I'm very motivated by not going back to a bad place, right? I'm running from a place. I'm running from slavery. I'm running from having to work for someone. I'm running from this pain, this suffering, being in bad health. I'm running from this. And because I'm running from this, the opposite direction I'm going to is having a good health, being free, right? Having a lot of money, being my own boss, all of these things, right? You want to have both. Proving people wrong, but also proving people right. Chasing your dreams, but also being disgusted by having this kind of life, right? Running from this life. This is the first key. And the actual most important thing. If you get this right, then the other one will follow more naturally, because you're going to figure everything out based on your why. Number 2, sometimes you just have to stop planning. These are things that I just wrote down to myself. that I thought like these are the things that I was reminded of this week that are extremely useful to me. So I'm going to tell them to you. So sometimes you just have to stop planning and start executing. Even without a complete plan, you just need to know which direction you go, which direction you're going toward, and that's it. And you just execute. First thing, why? Second thing, execute. Execute. Just think, not. Execute. Do it right now. Number 3, the longest time in life is the time between thought and action. Because in between, you hesitate. And this takes you 5 seconds, and then 10 seconds, then 10 minutes, then hours, then days, then weeks, then years. Becoming powerful is about reducing the time between thought and action. So stop being hesitant and start being decisive. So this is the thing that makes you powerful. And right now you can have power by having an idea, writing it down, and taking action on this to-do list, right? Taking action right now, making right now your list of reasons to do well. This is power. You have a thought, you act on it right now. 4, make time your ally. The more you work on a particular skill or in a specific industry, the more experience you get and the better you see, the better you compare and the better you are compared to your competition. And so you get used to facing the problem. The better you see the things, right? You see different things. You have different experiences. And so this repeated experience because of time makes you get pattern recognition. You start having pattern recognition. Okay, you recognize this pattern. You get at this point, I'm failing. Always when I do this, I fail. When I do this, I kind of start getting worried and doubts. When I do this, I start getting angry. Or I get angry when this happens. So I notice these things. I notice these trends about myself, about my industry, about my life, right? And so you can use this at your advantage when you stay in a specific niche, right? In a specific industry. You are able to see and recognize patterns between your clients, right? But if you change industry, you change completely the business model, you don't have this advantage of time with you. And you need this to succeed at the highest level. You need to have time helping you succeed. And not like every time you just change industry and you don't have this pattern recognition. And this is this real sixth sense that you can get when you continually grow and continually are aware and stay in the same industry. This is most important things, and work on a specific skill as well. And this means it's important for you to focus, right? This is the main thing, focus. So the first thing is why. Second, execute. Decide. I guess decide is before execute, right? If you wanted to put them in a certain sequence, why, decide, execute. And then you focus, right? You focus. After that, 5, put yourself a deadline for a project or a task and decide to get it done before that time. It will increase the energy and the urgency and make you focus on the actions that really matter to get this done faster. Now, this is important. This is be urgent, right? Be urgent. It's extremely important. If you're not urgent, you think you have plenty of time to do it, you won't take the action necessary to do it fast enough, or just actually do it, even just actually do it, right? Because there's no urgency, right? You don't have a strong enough reason why. Because a strong enough reason why will create urgency as well. Now, don't confuse putting a deadline for a certain project for putting a deadline for your dreams, right? Sometimes we have an idea we want to, you want to become a millionaire by in a year, right? If this is you want to have your dream in a certain time frame, don't put time frames on your dreams, because your dreams should be worth it, should be big enough and just so awesome enough, and you should want them so much that it would be worth it for you to spend much more time, right? It would be worth it for you to just chase them. Because you chased them, just that. Even not achieving them, it would be worth just chasing them all your life. Because if you just get a slight chance of getting there, it's worth it. So you should not have a time frame on your dreams, but a time frame on your specific task or goal, like short-term goal, yes, do have these. Because these make you move faster. Especially if you tie in how this relates to you achieving your dreams. 6, eliminate the physical objects in your environment to keep only the essential and make your space visually appealing and clean, because it will make your mind clean and clear. This is very, very powerful. When we focus on a lot of things, when we have a lot of things around us, our minds get distracted. If you clean everything up. I cleaned my desktop on my computer like this week, and it's just so clear. It's just I'm incentivized. I want to go on my computer now just because to see this like home screen. It's clean. There's nothing on it. It's very clear, and my mind gets clear as well. And so it's easier to make decisions. It's easier to work and make progress like this. Number 7, and this is a very hard one for me. Make stories important for you. Important to you, and try to gather stories in your life, because this is the best way to convey your facts so they are remembered, right? So what you want to do is go through life and just be aware and notice the stories that you can tell, the stories that you can use, and stack up stories. Make a list of stories, right? In your notes in your phone, you can just create a new notes, list of stories. The story is about this, the story about that, the story about this. And this will help you tell stories, because when you want to sell, when you want to communicate with people, telling stories is always more powerful than just stating the facts. Even if the facts are very useful, if they're not told in a certain story, or if you just don't sell people on these facts. And the best way to sell people on these facts are stories, right? Every big keynotes, like Steve Jobs keynotes, or he always is telling a story. And this is the best thing they could do. Tell stories, right? I hope this helped you. If it did, please leave a like, share it with someone, and subscribe to not miss the next one. And I'll see you in the next one, all right? Take care.